What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, we have a new pre-proposal in the mix here. This is from Clayboyne, and it is to subsidize the DAO project manager, which is him, the proposals that come from the DAO project manager. So it's very simple, very straightforward. But for any proposals that Clayboyne puts forth, it will be the SPS DAO that ends up burning 100,000 DEC in order to comply with the 100,000 that we need, right? So here's the thing. I love this. I love the idea of it. I know that people were going back and forth. I listened to a couple streams yesterday. Shout out to BB Omega and Stever. They were discussing this quite in depth with the community. Here's my opinion. I love it. I think it's a great idea. The idea of 100,000 DEC getting burned was never about burning the DEC, right? We only laugh about it because if a proposal comes in and it's something that we don't really like or we don't agree with, then it's like, okay, well, even if we didn't like the idea, it still helped the game economy. But 100,000 was always meant to be a filter, right? It doesn't matter what the amount is. I mean, people were saying that, the filter should be lower, right? So we can encourage more people to submit their ideas. But I really like this format better. This is a new way to do proposals, or the pre-proposal process, in my opinion. And while Clay is just getting started, if you've heard him, and in both conversations that I had with him here on the channel, he wants to have like a soft consensus layer, right? Soft governance consensus layer, where he knows how a lot of the top SPS stakeholders will vote. So here's the benefit overall for the ecosystem, right? And there's going to be multiple benefits for all the different folks. For me, you, anybody with an idea, now you don't need to spend 100,000. Now, if you really want to get your idea in the game, you can go straight to Clay, tell him about your idea, tell him, hey, maybe I talked to such and such person, or whatever the case is, or maybe it's just a raw idea. Get Clay's opinion on it. Have Clay put it forth to the soft governance consensus layer, right, which would be a lot of the top SPS holders. They privately either support it or reject it or give it some constructive criticism, and then come back to you, and you have to spend 0 DEC is what I'm trying to say, right? You don't have to spend anything in order to get an idea that could be game changing, right? Could literally be game changing. So now people come in, the filter is not the 100,000 DEC, right? Which is a significant amount for many people in this game. Like, I've never submitted a proposal because I don't want to take a chance that the community likes or doesn't like my idea based on $100 a peg. That's that to me even is still like a lot of money. Why would I spend it there when I could go buy cards? Well, now there is a person, right? This is the job that Clay has. This is the job that Clay signed up for. So use him, utilize him, go and talk to him about the ideas that you've had, especially if you've come on the live streams here, or you've been talking with some folks in MavChat or on Discord or wherever it is. If you have an idea that's starting to pick up steam, people are like, I think that'd be pretty good, or maybe we massage it this way or that way. Now you can go to Clay and actually have somebody that brings it to the broader consensus. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you bring it to Clay, and Clay talks to the governance some of the top SPS stakeholders. They come back and they're like, we don't really care. You can still pay the 100,000 DEC. Nobody's stopping you from doing it. It's just giving you an easier way to do it. Now, the other benefits all around the system is that we will hopefully not see proposals that fail, right? We will hopefully see proposals that have already gotten a little bit of a warm thumbs up from most of the top stakeholders, which will just, one, clear up a lot of the clutter, and I think two, will also clear up a lot of the salt and negativity, because people talk about the proposals, and it can get pretty nasty and pretty with a lot of criticism and whatever, so we've seen with a lot of drama in the past, we've seen that, right? So the fact that a lot of these will be done a little bit behind closed doors with the people who make the decisions, and I know you're going to look at that and be like, that's not how it should be done. Well, it can be done that way. It doesn't have to be. You can still do it the other way, where you just spray and pray, put out a proposal and see what the community thinks. But now, if you want to save some money, right, and you want to go through and get a little warm kind of feedback first, and maybe adjust your proposal or adjust your idea based on what that warm feedback is, then put it forth, I think it's totally worthwhile. So I love the idea that we will still be burning DEC. It's just the DEC will be coming from the DAO. The DAO is sitting on a ton of DEC, which I personally would prefer to never see the light of day again. I don't want it to come out. I want us to burn it. So if this is a way for us to burn that DEC while getting good ideas into the game at a free rate for people that want to bring forth ideas, I think it's a win-win all around. So that's my thought on this. I'm very much in support of it. Now, the one criticism that I've heard thrown around is like, oh, well, what if Clay just starts putting forth, a bunch of random proposals? Well, here's the thing. He has a reputation to keep up. If Clay starts putting proposals and he can't get any of them passed, and he's just going left, right, center with a bunch of different ideas that never make it, trust me, that 51% vote to remove him from the position is going to come in so fast, right? So if we feel like he's wasting time, that's gonna come in and bite him in the end. So at the end of the day, I think that this is very much in everyone's top incentive to make sure that we put the best quality forward. And here's the thing: even if you have a bad idea, right? Again, I don't know Clay as well. I've had a couple of conversations with him, but I do trust where he's trying to take the game forward, right? And so even if you come forth with a bad idea, the way that it works now is that you have to put that bad idea, like objectively bad, I'm talking about, right? You have to put that objectively bad idea up for the world to see, and they'll vote on it yes or no. Most of the time, if it's an objectively bad idea, they will vote no. But now what you can do is go privately to Clay and maybe turn that bad idea into an okay, or maybe even a great idea by making a couple of changes based on what some of the top stakeholders and Matt, like I shouldn't just say stakeholders, right? Obviously the DAO is a big part of it, but I'm sure Clayboy is on speed dial with Matt, so you'd be getting access to all of that relatively easily just for an idea. Have that come back, and then at the end of the day, if it's all about the idea and you just want to get it in, it really doesn't matter who it comes from, right? So the ego part of this of like, oh, I want to submit the proposal versus Clay. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, maybe you ask Clay to put your name in the proposal, but now I'm getting totally off the reservation here. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'm very much in support of it, although I would love to hear people who have reservations or criticisms, whatever it is. I'd love to know why you have those. But for me, this is an absolute win, and we should hopefully pass this with flying colors. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.